Have you ever walked into a room, wanted to say something, and then said nothing at all, or worse? You said something, and immediately wished you could rewind time and disappear? Yeah, that used to be me too. Before we get into this, do me a quick favor, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and stick around till the end, because what I'm about to share isn't just about social skills. This one shift can quietly transform your confidence, your conversations, and even your love life in ways you don't expect. Because here's the truth, nobody tells you. Social skills aren't something you're born with. They're something you build. And for the longest time, I thought I was just bad with people. I'd overthink every word, rehearse conversations in my head, and still mess them up in real life. I'd avoid eye contact, dodge opportunities, and replay awkward moments for hours afterward like a highlight reel of embarrassment. But then something changed. Not overnight, not dramatically. Just one simple habit. A habit inspired by an old, Stoic idea, something that echoes through the writings of Marcus Aurelius. And strangely enough, it worked. Not perfectly, not instantly, but enough to slowly rewire the way I interacted with people. So let me tell you the story. There was this one moment I can't forget. I was at a small gathering. Nothing crazy, just a few people, some casual conversation. Everyone seemed relaxed, except me. I stood there, holding a drink I barely touched, nodding along, pretending to be engaged. Inside, total chaos. What should I say next? Am I being boring? Do they think I'm weird? And then it hit me. Nobody else seemed to be thinking like that. They were just talking, not perfectly. Not brilliantly, just naturally. And that's when I realized something uncomfortable. The problem wasn't my words, it was my focus. I was too focused on myself. That's where everything started to shift. Because one of the core ideas from Marcus Aurelius is this: stop wasting time worrying about how you appear and start focusing on what actually matters. So I tested something. Instead of trying to impress people, I made a quiet decision. Just be curious. That was it. That was the habit. Instead of thinking, what should I say next? I started thinking, what can I learn about this person? And something weird happened. Conversations got easier, not because I became smarter or more charming overnight, but because I stopped trying so hard to be interesting and started being interested. That's the first suggestion. Stop performing, start observing. Most people walk into conversations trying to prove something, trying to sound smart, trying to be funny, trying to be liked, but that pressure kills your natural flow. When you shift your focus outward, you remove that pressure instantly. Now here's the second suggestion: let go of control. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about accepting what you cannot control, and in conversations, that's almost everything. You can't control how someone responds. You can't control whether they like you. You can't control awkward pauses. So why are you trying to manage it all? When I stopped trying to control every outcome, something surprising happened. I became more relaxed, and when you're relaxed, people feel it. That's the third suggestion. Your energy matters more than your words. You can say something simple, even boring. But if your energy is calm and present, people will enjoy talking to you. On the other hand, you can say something clever, but if you're tense and trying too hard, it feels off. People don't connect with perfection. They connect with presence. Fourth suggestion: stop fearing silence. This one was huge for me. I used to panic the moment there was a pause in conversation. I thought silence meant failure, but it doesn't. Silence is natural. Silence gives space. Silence lets the conversation breathe. Once I stopped rushing to fill every gap, conversations became smoother. Fifth suggestion: don't take things personally. This is straight stoicism. If someone seems uninterested, distracted, or distant, it's not always about you. They might be tired, They might be stressed. They might be thinking about something else entirely. When you stop making everything about yourself, you stop overreacting, and that gives you emotional stability, which is incredibly attractive. Sixth suggestion: speak simply. You don't need fancy words or perfect sentences. In fact, the more you try to sound impressive, the more unnatural you become. Say what you mean, keep it simple. Clarity beats cleverness, every time. Seventh suggestion: accept awkward moments. They're going to happen. No matter how good you get, you will say something weird at some point. The difference is, confident people don't obsess over it. They move on. Marcus Aurelius reminds us not to dwell on things that don't matter in the long run. And trust me, that awkward sentence you said, nobody's thinking about it as much as you are. Eighth suggestion: practice honesty. Not brutal honesty, just realness. If you don't understand something, say it. If you find something interesting, say it. If you're nervous, even admitting it can make you more relatable. People trust authenticity more than perfection. Ninth suggestion: detach from outcomes. This might be the hardest one. When you talk to someone, especially someone you like, you naturally want a specific result. You want them to like you. You want the conversation to go well. You want things to progress. But that attachment creates pressure, and pressure creates awkwardness. When you let go of needing a specific outcome, you become free. Free to speak, free to listen, free to be yourself. And ironically, that's when things start going better. 10th suggestion: focus on becoming, not impressing. Marcus Aurelius wasn't concerned with how others saw him. He was focused on becoming a better person. Stronger, calmer, more grounded. When you shift your mindset from "how do I look" to "who am I becoming," everything changes. You stop chasing approval and start building character. Now let me bring this back to that one simple habit: be curious. That's it. It sounds small, almost too simple. But it works because it changes your entire mental direction. Instead of turning inward and overthinking, you turn outward and engage. Instead of analyzing yourself, you explore others. And that shift removes anxiety at its root, because anxiety feeds on self-focus. Curiosity kills it. Over time, this habit started affecting more than just conversations. Became more present, more relaxed, more open. People started responding differently, not because I became someone new, but because I stopped blocking who I already was. And here's something important you need to understand. This isn't about becoming perfect. You will still have awkward days. You will still stumble over words sometimes. You will still overthink occasionally. That's normal. But now, you have a way out, a simple reset. Whenever you feel stuck in your head, just ask yourself, what can I learn about this person? That question will pull you back into the moment every single time. And the more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. Until one day, you realize something. You're not forcing conversations anymore. You're just having them. And that's when you know something actually changed. Not dramatically, not overnight, but permanently. So if you've been struggling with social skills, if you feel awkward, unsure, or stuck in your head, don't try to fix everything at once. Just start here. One habit, one shift. Be curious. Because sometimes, the smallest changes create the biggest transformations. And with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.